My name is Murilo Ferreira. I am from Brazil. I work at Vale, the largest producer of iron ore and nickel. You are watching Who's Time.
全球最大的铁矿石生产商淡水河谷的总部位于南美洲的巴西，而中国呢是其最重要的市场。2015年，淡水河谷铁矿石全球发货量超过3亿吨，其中有超过2亿吨是出口到了中国。在刚刚过去的4月，淡水河谷接连与中国的远洋海运集团、招商轮船、公营金融租赁有限公司达成了运输协议，以求进一步的降低运输成本，稳固中国市场的根基。淡水河谷的首席执行官费穆里在采矿行业有超过30年的经验。他1977年加入了淡水河谷，担任了财务与经济分析师。1998年被任命为淡水河谷氧化镍公司的财务与商务总监。2005年出任淡水河谷股权以及新业务的执行董事，负责铝、煤炭、钢铁项目的股权、能源新业务以及并购。2006年，他出任镍与基本金属销售部门的执行董事。2007年到2008年年底呢，他担任了淡水河谷英可公司的首席执行官。2011年的5月出任淡水河谷总裁兼首席执行官。不久前于北京举行的2016年中国发展高层论坛期间，费穆里接受了财新时间的专访，就大宗商品的市场现状、如何抢占中国、成为中国最大的铁矿石供应商宝座、淡水河谷未来的发展思路等问题，回答了财新传媒主编王硕的提问。
The commodity prices, including iron ore, has rebounded sharply in recent months. Why?
I think that we have just one reason. Because of credit. I think that this year we notice a big improvement in the credit in China, and the property taking some measures in order to be more available to the people to have access to new houses. Then the number of new starts is substantially increased. Let me say in the last 2 years we had a drop 25%. New starts. Yeah. And now just in 2 months it was an increase of 13.7%. Then I think that is the main reason.
So the credit easing has played a part, and also the fundamentals of the industry is changing.
Yeah, I think so. I think that it's improving in the steel mills. In the past 2 years they improve the efficiency, and I think that we cannot see a gorgeous market as it was 2011, 2012, but much better than it was 2015.
Is it sustainable?
I think that we can see a market something better than it was 2015. But again, the same market, the super cycle bubble, I don't think that's feasible anymore. We can consider 3 big events in the world. The first one in the beginning of the last century in the US. The second one right after the big war in Japan and Europe in the reconstruction. And the third event starting 2005 until 2011, 2012 in China. It's not easy to see a super cycle frequently.
So we are at this stage of the super cycle, but in the future, where will this super cycle continue to go? Which direction?
I think that we have a lot of things to be done around the world. People, it's just a fraction of the whole world that can enjoy the benefit of housing, utilities, transportation, cars. It's mainly in Europe, in US. Now in China, at the coast, we can see almost the same level income per capita. Then we can see merit for a rebound, not so gorgeous again, but a good rebound.
对于淡水河谷来说，中国市场的重要性不言而喻。自1973年第一批铁矿石运往中国至今，淡水河谷已经向中国累计出口了超过10亿吨的铁矿石。近年来，为了配合中国市场策略的开展，淡水河谷在航运和库存2项业务上积极运作，与远洋海运、招商轮船和公营租赁3家公司签署协议，组建了40万吨级的船队，与中国港口协商建立中国铁矿石分销中心。而中国呢，也将为淡水河谷提供巨额贷款，帮助其完成世界最大的铁矿项目，即卡拉 拉加斯铁矿 SEED 的业务扩张。该项目完成之后呢，每年将有9000万吨的高品位铁矿石出口中国。费穆里表示，淡水河谷未来对华销售规模将提升40%，从而可以抢下中国最大铁矿石供应商的宝座。
So, are you seeing that the demand from China for iron ore is picking up recently?
It's good. I think that is good for China. What's happened, the quality of iron ore in China is not so good. It's 25% iron contents with some impurities. Our iron ore in Brazil with the new mining is in the range of 67%.
We are the best.
It's very low impurities. And I think that if you are talking about environment, for instance, emissions, it's much better to use high quality.
But do you expect a serious overcapacity reduction in China's steel industry?
It's a very good question. I think that must be done mainly with the inefficiency plants. Some plants that they are facing problems in terms of credits. Could be good to see some consolidation, some modernization using new technologies, but will take some time.
Yeah, but this reduction, what kind of impacts will it have on your business?
I think that each year we have a depletion of roughly 40 million tons of iron ore. Then the impact in this sense can be reduced because of these problems that you face in all the industry, all the mining industry, the depletion.
But to you, specifically?
We have our depletion as well in Brazil. We must replace the existing mine. It's the reason because you are investing so heavily. In our new project, the budget was $19.5 billion US dollars. Yeah. Then in the end the cost will be around 14 billion. We had some merit regarding the exchange rate, but we had some efficiency. Then the purpose is to replace old mines and to work with a low cost to increase the quality.
What's the progress of this Carajás project, and how will it help you when it begin operation in the future? I
think that it can be extremely good. At the mine and the plant, we are already 8%, more than 8%. The railway 6%, but the railway is a duplication. No problems to have some gap. We are absolutely on time to deliver in the next year.
But I remember you previously you said that it will begin operation later this year.
Yeah, in fact, the idea it's absolutely the same. But we must build some inventories at the port facility in Malaysia, in our distribution center, and even in China. We are in the final stage of some negotiations with the port facilities, many port facilities in China. The idea is to increase our inventory to be much more close to our customer.
Vale has ordered 30 VLOCs from Chinese shipyards. And why now? Why from Chinese shipyards? Because today there seems to be no shortage of shipping capacity.
In shipping capacity, we must consider not about tomorrow. We must consider about the next 30 years.
30.
We take some time to build. And again, as we are very far from China, it's not the case of Australia, for instance, we needed to be more efficient. In a ship, 400,000 tons, we can be very efficient in terms of costs.
And you have just signed a deal with China COSCO. So combined this into a big picture, what's your China strategy?
Our strategy is to be the largest supplier in China. Now, you are not in this position. We are in the range of 180 million tons. But with this new project, we intended to reach 250 million tons.
Today, you are number
1 in the world.
I mean, supplier to China.
You are number 3. The first one is Rio, the second BHP.
全球经济周期下行，大宗商品供需失衡，导致国际铁矿石价格从2013年起进入了下降通道。包括淡水河谷在内的国际矿山企业苦不堪言，财务表现屡创新低，纷纷采取了剥离资产、削减开发和运营成本的举措，同时呢，加强合作以应对严峻的市场形势。2016年的3月，淡水河谷与澳大利亚的 Fortescue 金属集团有限公司签署谅解备忘录，涉及内容包括了成立合资企业，在中国混合及分销双方产品等，强强联手，引发了业内的广泛关注。对于失血严重的铁矿石供应巨头们来说，在积极迎难而上的同时，也毫不掩饰对市场回暖的期望。费穆里表示，铁矿石的长期价格未来将保持在每吨65美元至80美元之间，前景依旧乐观。
Vale has just released its financial report of last year. So, how bad is the situation, and what you are doing to correct it?
I think that we did a big impairment. It's a recognition that we had a gap in the value of the company because, again, now with this price, we are working right after our impairment at the level, for instance, in iron ore, $48. And I think that is a non-cash. The second point, it was regarding the valuation or appreciation of the US dollars. It's non-cash because we have 8 years to pay our debt. Then it's just to give more transparency to the market. Yeah. In terms of cash generation, we had $7 billion US dollars as EBITDA.
So your cash flow situation is very good.
Yeah, it could be better. Again, our iron ore price, my first day as CEO, was $191. Now it's 56, 57, but 1 month ago it was 37. It's not easy to work, but we got some efficiency. For instance, SG&A. SG&A, our total SG&A was $1.920 billion in 2011. Last year, 2015, $515 million, which means that the whole team of Vale, we are working hard in order to deliver low cost.
And you surprised the industry recently by the agreement with FMG. Why cooperate with FMG at this time? What do you want to get from this cooperation in the short or in the longer term?
It's a memorandum of understanding that we needed to analyze some alternatives. The main purpose is to blend material at the port facilities in China. Mm-hmm. We know that we have high quality of iron ore. FMG is not in the same stage, it's not with the same quality. Mm-hmm. And I think that we can provide a new product to our customer. But at this point of time, we don't have any contract.
Your credit rating has just been downgraded. And the market perception of your company is, to say, not perfect today. But so far, you are not very aggressive in debt reduction or in divestiture. Why?
We are very aggressive. And a few years ago, the cost delivered in China was $90. Yeah. In our last statement was $32, and we intended in the first quarter of this year being below $30. Yeah. Then have been very aggressive in terms of reduction. We continue as an investment grade in S&P and Fitch, but we had some problems with Moody's. Moody's is considering a long-term view iron ore at $35. And in this regard, they consider that Vale must do some adjustment. We did a big divestment program in non-core business. It was roughly $12 billion US dollars. Mm-hmm. And we will announce shortly a transaction in order to give comfortable to our creditors.
So would you challenge Moody's assumption of the iron ore long-term price?
As you know, they tend to impose its philosophy over us. Yeah. I fully disagree. And what we have is to work hard to demonstrate that they are wrong.
What's your prediction of the long-term iron ore price?
I believe that long-term we stay in the range of $65 to $80.
And Vale is also a major producer of nickel, copper, fertilizer, and coal. So on these other fronts, what's your growth plan for other minerals?
We are the largest producer of nickel in the world. I strongly believe that we have a great future, mainly with the electric car, with the airspace, and high technology. We have a very good product in Canada with high level of purity, and that can be used for some special products. And I'm very positive about the future of nickel. In copper, we are one of the top 10. We have already started our production in coal in Mozambique, including a railway and a port facility in a deep water. And in fertilizer, we are happy with our investment in fertilizer. We believe that Brazil will be the largest producer of grains shortly. Now you are the number 3, but it's an issue of time that we will be the number 1. Just 8% of the land is used to produce grains. In case of having 16%, for instance, we will increase substantially.
Today, Brazil has some trouble, political instability and economic recession. As a national champion of your country, what kind of impacts you feel and how are you dealing with it?
For sure, it's not good to see some instability. I believe that we have the country is split into different parties. I think that politicians should consider to work hard in order to be more focused in bringing prosperity than going in some dispute.
My final question for you. Because mineral industry is a cycle industry, you have to manage cycle very well to survive and prosper in this industry. So from your point of view, today, because the monetary policy of the major central banks around the world is out of sync with each other, the economic growth of China, Japan, EU, and America, all in different stage. So how to manage this complicated situation?
We must consider in a long-term view, starting to look for a new material in case of doing the first drill until having the project in operation. We spend 8 to 10 years. Then we cannot consider some problems that you are facing right now. But my main concern worldwide, it's about politicians. You can see a big dispute in US, so radical for the next election. We consider that Europe, with this new process in UK, in case of leaving Europe, it will be a high turbulence. And we can see some movements based in religions everywhere. It's a challenging moment, mainly the political contest.